Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we'll be discussing the latest news in the gaming world. From upcoming game releases to exciting new developments, we've got you covered. So, without further ado, let's dive in. Segment 1, Upcoming Game Releases. In May, we'll see the release of Deathloop, a new first-person shooter from Arcane Studios that promises to offer a unique time-looping gameplay mechanic.
Fashion. Not just freedom, we offer eternity.
Shut up.
Your esteemed visionaries believe the only thing missing from Black Ridge is you.
Segment 2, Next-Gen Console Updates. While the PS5 and Xbox Series X, S are already out in the market, there are still some exciting updates coming up for both consoles. For PlayStation 5 users, Sony has announced that it will be releasing a major software update that will enable support for external USB storage drives. This means that gamers will be able to expand their console's storage capacity, which is great news considering the large file sizes of some of the latest games. Additionally, the update will also bring support for 120Hz displays, which should make games look even smoother. Meanwhile, Microsoft has announced that it will be releasing a new feature for the Xbox Series X, called FPS Boost. This feature will allow certain backwards compatible games to run at higher frame rates than they originally could on previous Xbox consoles. This should make these games feel smoother and more responsive, which is always a plus. Segment 3, Esports News. Esports continues to be a growing industry, and there are always new developments happening in this space. One recent announcement that caught our attention was the news that the popular game Rocket League will be transitioning to a free-to-play model later this year. This is a smart move that should help to increase the game's player base and make it more accessible to new players. Additionally, the esports organization ESL has announced that it will be launching a new mobile esports league called ESL Mobile. This league will focus on mobile games like Clash of Clans and PUBG Mobile, and should help to bring more attention to the growing mobile gaming space. Segment 4, Game Updates and Patches. Game updates and patches are a fact of life for gamers, and there have been a few notable ones in the past few weeks. For example, the popular game Call of Duty Warzone has received a new update that adds a brand new map called Verdansk 84. This map is set in an alternate version of the game's original setting and features new points of interest and gameplay mechanics. Meanwhile, the game Apex Legends has received a new patch that introduces a new character called Fuse. This character has a unique set of abilities that should make for some interesting gameplay strategies. Segment 5, Gaming Controversies. Controversies are nothing new in the gaming world, and there have been a few recent ones that have caught the attention of the community. One of the biggest controversies in recent weeks has been around the game Cyberpunk 2077. The game was highly anticipated but received widespread criticism upon release for its numerous bugs and technical issues. This led to many players demanding refunds and even resulted in the game being pulled from the PlayStation Store. The controversy has led to discussions about the state of the video game industry and the pressures that developers face in meeting release deadlines. Segment 6, Gaming Hardware Updates. While gaming consoles tend to get the most attention, there have been some notable updates and releases in the world of gaming hardware recently as well. For example, Razer has released a new gaming mouse called the Razer Viper 8KHC. This mouse boasts a polling rate of 8000 Hz, which should result in even smoother and more responsive gameplay. Segment 7, Indie Game Spotlights. While AAA games tend to get most of the attention, there are also many fantastic indie games out there that are worth checking out. In this segment, we could highlight a few indie games that have caught our eye recently. For example, there's the game Loop Hero, a unique strategy game that has players building and manipulating a never-ending loop of terrain to defeat monsters and bosses. Or there's the game Valheim, a survival game that takes place in a Viking-inspired world and has players building structures, fighting enemies, and exploring the game's vast open world. Segment 8, Virtual Reality Updates. Virtual reality has been a growing trend in the gaming industry, and there have been some recent updates and releases in this space. For example, the game Beat Saber recently received a new update that adds a multiplayer mode, allowing players to compete against each other in rhythm-based sword fighting gameplay. Additionally, there have been rumors that a new version of the Oculus Quest VR headset may be released soon, which could further boost the popularity of VR gaming. Segment 9, Gaming Industry News. Aside from specific game releases and updates, there are also broader developments happening in the gaming industry as a whole. One notable recent news item was the acquisition of Bethesda Softworks by Microsoft. This deal, which reportedly cost $7.5 billion, gives Microsoft ownership of popular game franchises like Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, and Doom. This could have significant implications for the future of gaming, particularly in terms of console exclusivity. Segment 10, Gaming Trends to Watch. There are some gaming trends that are worth keeping an eye on. One trend that has been gaining traction in recent years is cloud gaming, which allows players to stream games directly to their devices without needing to download them. Services like Google Stadia and Amazon Luna are leading the charge in this space. Another trend to watch is the continued rise of mobile gaming, particularly in emerging markets where smartphones are becoming more widespread. Games like Genshin Impact and Among Us have shown that mobile gaming can be just as engaging as console or PC gaming. Segment 11. It's worth mentioning the vibrant culture and community that surrounds gaming. From online forums and Discord servers to gaming conventions and cosplay events, there are many ways for gamers to connect and share their love of games. It's this sense of community that makes gaming such a special and rewarding hobby, and we're excited to see how it continues to evolve in the coming years.